Welcome to Meet the Drapers, the world's largest global pitch competition. This season, Silicon Valley venture capitalist Tim Draper travels to 6 continents and 10 countries to find the next game-changing company.
We are officially in the game now.
The future of investing in Africa.
It's go time.
Introducing Bonvi.
The business is huge.
It blew up.
Carefully selected entrepreneurs from each region pitch Tim Draper and his VIP guest judges.
It's
5 cents.
It's 5 cents.
Did you feel an energy there?
I feel energy all the time.
Miss Sri Lanka.
They all have a mission.
They're going to have a lot of leverage.
Tell me why you're different.
The winners from each region travel to Silicon Valley for a chance to win $1 million.
They are ruthless.
I even try.
This is very depressing. Let's see what we got here.
Which region has the best entrepreneur?
We built Denmark's first flying car.
The blockchain is built for trust.
Meet the Drapers.
Find out on season 6 of Meet the Drapers.
Welcome, everybody, to Meet the Drapers. We are so excited to be here. We're in India. This is amazing. I don't think I've ever been this close to an elephant. I know oh yes, I've ridden them. This is such a great honor. Thank you, Guru, Dad, for inviting me to come to this extraordinary place.
Strength with no compassion, it leads to conflict. From conflict, we need to go to cooperation. From cruelty to compassion. Ready to love and share.
I am Harish Nevatia. We are providing automatic dispensing machine for an Indian dish called as Pani Puri.
I'm Gaurav.
I'm Satya.
We are the co-founders of Bonvi. And at Bonvi, we are making flying cars a reality.
I'm Ajay, the director for Mom Foods.
We have fast food, but in a healthy way.
My name is Dipankar. I'm the co-founder of Stellar Grid. This, in the hands of any installer, can get them straight to the process of installation.
I am Vishal Vivek, and I'm the CEO and founder at Oki, which produces biomaterials out of hemp.
What would it mean to you if Tim Draper chooses you to invest $1 million?
It will be a wonderful acknowledgement for us to go to a global and make an impact.
So that would mean the world to us, and not only to us, to all the people back whom we are supporting, all the 3,000 odd people.
It will open the floor of global expansion.
For a chance to actually win that sort of an investment is something I couldn't even believe could happen.
If we are getting selected, it's a kind of confirmation that we are onto something very big.
Best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody, to Meet the Drapers. We are so excited to be here. We're in India, where Sri University is starting to take hold and become one of the great universities of the world because of this man, Guru Dev Sri Ravi Shankar is the biggest guru in the world. He has 500 million followers. He moves people, and I've learned more from him in 3 days than I've learned from all my education at Stanford and Harvard and wherever else I went. Philosophy that drives people, excites people, energizes people, frees people, and he is going to be our sole guest judge today.
By the way, I don't make any followers because everybody is in front of me all the time.
Now we're going to see some entrepreneurs. What characteristics are you going to be looking for in deciding which of these entrepreneurs will move on to the seminar? Do go to meetthedrapers.com, vote, play the game. It's really fun. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Am I doing it correct?
I love you.
And somewhere we connected on the same lines of, what we think about technology and, where it could really impact us as not just as individuals, but as a society. All of the students actually went for internships with corporates. But we said, hey, let's go somewhere where maybe we could use our brains for some real good impact. That's when they sent us all over to some village. So hard. It was like such a difficult time of our lives. But we were given the job of installing a solar power plant. It took a really long time. The people had already started accepting us as people who had done something heroic for them. We realized that, hey, this is really, really powerful. Small team of 6 people could change the way a whole group of people function. If we just learn to harness the energy that we just have available to us, the way we've been using resources as human beings is leaving some impact. It's always us against the earth in negative. If there's any way we could bridge that gap, why not? And I think right from that point, when you say it's possible, doors open up for you. When this call came and when we knew we were going to be on the program, we were so clear that we have to make it because this is our chance. Shri University, where this is being shot right now, is home ground because we started our business from this point. This is where I wrote the first plan of action. For me to present that plan of action right here 6 years later is actually really something I couldn't even believe could happen. Everything that we wrote, everything that we're saying is actually going to be put to use because we have what it's required to get it done.
Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
Wait, it says one user.
Right, yeah, it's one user. So I'm just giving you unit economics.
Welcome back to Meet the Drapers.
Tell us a little bit about the art of living.
41 years back, that's when I started this art of living. Then it grew into a big organization. Make life a celebration is our motive in art of living. And it's a volunteer-based, non-profit educational organization. There is an intuitive aspect in all of us, and every business needs that intuition. There is so much diversity in the world, it can be point of contention. So here we say, learn to celebrate the diversity. Understanding this takes you to a different level altogether.
Okay, so Stellar Grid, tell us about this.
It was a little intimidating at first. And I sort of in my head, I was like, can we just delay it? Can we just do it later? But then I was like, it's got to go. They called my name out and I just had to walk in. You've heard about solar power, right?
Actually, that's funny because the two of us talked about it and we both installed solar and been a little disappointed.
You all have gone ahead to install it. But at the level of installation, a lot of times we hear about, in fact, how many of our conversations I had, hey, yeah, solar is good. It's great. But how much is it going to earn you? How much is it going to cost you? You've noticed it takes 2 to 3 meetings, time, effort, energy to actually get that information done. We've spent the last 6 years being solar installers ourselves. And we realized that after every pitch that we made to every customer, we asked and we listened. It might look complicated in the background, but when you go to speak to a customer, it has to be simple maths. What we did was we went after this market. If you look at it from the global point of view, it's $400 billion market in the next 5 years. In India alone, that's $24 billion US. So we realized that if we can make our process scalable and in the hands of every installer in the country, they can make this process faster. And because they're sitting at the forefront of solar adoption across the country, they will be the reason that we will be able to move at a faster pace.
What you do is you just make it easier for them to buy solar, but then do you maintain it afterwards?
Tim's already invested in solar companies before, so he kind of knew where we were coming from and what we were saying. So what we've done, we've built the design, installation, the costing, the financing, and the maintenance. And we realized it's not one entity that can do it. There are a lot of large companies here in India today, but it's not just the large companies that can get across. It's the small local companies that actually approach customers, and that is when adoption happens. We realized if we equip the smaller installers with the right tools, with the right software, with the right techniques, and the right know-how, they will be the last ones on the leg actually getting it installed.
Do you have any network effects in this business when you go out and you install?
That is possible. A lot of that, although, depends on government policies. Tim asked super straightforward questions. He just kind of rattled me into coming to the point right away. We've been able to work as much as possible in the government policies today. Government actually allows you to exchange energy with the grid. It doesn't allow you to make your own grid yet.
What's your margin? How do you charge for this?
We said that if you're building the tools, the software tools are just plainly to bring installers on board. Once we have installers on board, we understand the demand forecast. And the more we understand the data about the market, we will be able to approach OEMs for an aggregated purchase. Our revenue actually comes from a 1% commission. So if I was to give you unit economics, for every one user who does about $500,000 of sales annually, we take a 1% commission.
Who is that one customer and why are they using your service?
So basically for every one user.
Wait, it says one user.
Right, yeah, it's one user. So I'm just giving you unit economics. We are so lost in our product, we're so lost in our work, we're so lost in our ways of doing things. We need to see from the investor's point of view, what exactly is it that they're expecting? How exactly is it that they recognize? How well can you convey your point? So right now we are testing the product out with several users at the moment of time. For every one user.
Has anybody paid you yet?
They're going to pay, they're not paying us yet right now. It's still in the testing phases.
How many tests you have done? How many customers you
So
have
right now, the way we are working is through channel partners. Every channel partner I meet, I am using this reporting services. There are approximately 10 right now. So every time they give a report, they have a very standard report. It goes, in fact, I'll tell you, I wanted to give you an example of what our software can do. This whole report was made for Sri Sri University in under 1 minute. If you were to just read the first page, you would understand how solar is beneficial for you. In fact, one of our customers gave this report straight to the bank and he's got a financing for almost 200,000 US dollars. So our reports, just out of the box, are complete. This in the hands of any installer can get them straight to the process of installation.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers. We appreciate it. And good job.
This is actually the first time that we've come out in search of funds, in search of expansion. Taking that next step ahead, I know you have to knock on 100 doors and one day one of them will open. But hopefully, if I'm knocking on the first door and if it's opening, nothing better than that.
Tell me, what did you think of Stellar Grid?
They're enthusiastic. They want to do something in that direction. I think that's good because we need the solar panels to become more efficient, as we all have experienced. I think there is a lot of scope for it.
He was an excellent salesman, and they tend to be a little dangerous for an investor. Let's bring in the next entrepreneur, but before we do, you know what we do? We see what's going on behind the scenes.